Addiction is tough, and it's not just like I have an addiction to a pill. There's psychosocial issues, there's emotional issues, there's behavioral health issues. It's very, very complicated.
They burn bridges with family and friends, and the opioid problem causes patients to lose their jobs, so they lose health care, so they have to use the emergency department because there's nowhere else for them to go. It's a massive problem.
We give them temporary solutions such as Narcan, but as nurses, it is very distressing because it is something we cannot prevent outside of here.
Sometimes there's the ethical issue. If this patient keeps overdosing, are we helping them by getting them back each time? Is there something else that we can do out in the community so they don't get to that point?
We need to do a better job of educating people about that addiction, but also, have, more resources and push people to getting that help.
Historically, if a patient came in as a result of an opiate overdose, we could give them all the information in the world about treatment programs that exist, but they had to be the one that reached out to establish care. I think that's a little unrealistic.
James, addict.
Hi, James.
Last time I was in recovery.
Have you ever watched a dog try to catch its tail? Picture yourself doing that. And that's what's happening with your life. You're in this vicious cycle. My name is Terry Williams. I'm a resident of the city of Patterson, born and raised here. Childhood for me was good until, some things happened to me as far as the physical abuse, the sexual abuse. And, when that pain that what I felt inside, I had to find ways to act out on it. At that time, I didn't know that I had an addiction. And there was one drug that I began to fall in love with, and that was the heroin. It was a way of life for me. The loss of jobs, living on the streets when I didn't have to. I remember it being the last time incarcerated. And I said to myself, no, I am no longer gonna allow this to be my life anymore.
If a person's doing the same thing that I'm doing and have been through what I've been through and have found a way out, that gives me the motivation to wanting to continue to stay on this right path.
Eva's had a shelter. They had meetings there. And once I engaged, I got support groups. I got someone to help guide me. My way of giving back is to help people and do bedside interventions.
We have this idea called a warm handoff, where we're not just sort of sending somebody off on their own. A warm handoff means I'm handing you to somebody else who's going to continue your care. If we can get the consult. If someone has an overdose, we have the opportunity to have a counselor who is a recovering addict come from Eva's Village, talk to the patient, intercept them to get them into rehab.
I can actually say to you that, hey, I walked in them shoes.
I'm Anthony, I'm an addict. Hey, Anthony. Practicing gratitude. I wake up on the bathroom floor with all these paramedics and police officers over me, and I'm like, oh my God, again? Because I overdosed before, with my dad over me, crying over my body, and I just got the chills. And they took me to St. Joseph's Hospital, and all I wanted to do was get out of there. For some reason, this nurse that helped me out convinced me to wait it out. Stay till the morning, wait for someone to come talk to me. Don't give up on yourself. I was at a really low point in my life, and I thought I would never get out of it. And by continuing at Eva's Village, it kept my hope high that I can actually do this.
To see an individual that's walking on that same journey that I'm walking on, that is the greatest feeling in the world, to say, hey, maybe I can go out there and save another one.
It's a 30-something-year-old male who was found in his car today.
Society is now starting to get educated of what's going on.
One guy came up to me and he said, "You saved my life. You gave me some Narcan and you got me here into recovery." I said to him, "Well, how did you get addicted to opioids?" And he says, "You know what, it's a funny story, Doc. I came in with a shoulder injury and you gave me a prescription for Percocet and I never stopped." Emergency physicians only prescribe 8% of the opioids that are prescribed in the country, but many of the first doses are given in the emergency department. Our Alto program is designed to treat people with acute pain without using addictive drugs like opioids.
We use all sorts of other medications people aren't thinking about because sometimes an opioid is not the best choice. Maybe a muscle relaxant is a better choice. We will use these drugs, but we're careful, and we educate our patients as a result. Alto has really been a team effort at St. Joseph's. Other places should not have to recreate the wheel. We are sharing information, and that is really, really pivotal.
Really, the whole nation is working at combating the opioid crisis. Here in Vermont, we have gone live with a program that is helping to bridge our opioid patient in crisis with buprenorphine.
The beauty of buprenorphine is that the opioid doesn't have an effect, doesn't have the euphoric effect. It also keeps you from withdrawing from opiates. You have what's called a starter pack, so it contains, I think, 3 doses of medication.
It's a way of bridging our patients with this medication so that they can get into a treatment facility.
I think that's a big piece of why we're seeing some success.
Every person that comes in with an opioid problem has a mother, father, sister, a friend. It's not just that person. There's so many people around them that are affected.
The community will have to help us out to the ongoing process of healing and therapy for these individuals. With us and them working together, these patients will have the better outcome that everybody wants.